I haven't posted a video in quite a while, but it's not because things haven't been getting done around here. It's just that a lot of stuff has been getting done around here. As you can see, the front of the engine compartment is pretty much together. The notable exception being what goes here, which is the receiver dryer for the air conditioning system. The radiator's in, the oil cooler is in. You can see the foam seal that goes all the way around the radiator. Make sure that all the air goes through the radiator, not sneak around the outside. The oil cooling lines have been overhauled, which involves basically cutting these ferrules off the old one and taking them to a hydraulic shop or a local auto parts store that has capability, and having that rubber portion replaced. The power steering hose is also going to get that treatment. Although this doesn't look all that bad. That might actually make the cut. Clean it up though. The horns are now working. These are off of an XJ40 parts car that I got sitting outside of the shop here. And they sound exactly the same, but they're a much better horn. Plus, they were working and I didn't have to resort to building horns up out of 2 or 3 other horns in order to come up with a set. The only difference being that these require an actual wired ground as opposed to the horns grounding themselves. Not a big deal. This probably doesn't look real encouraging, but believe it or not, everything here is working. Got all the switches installed in the end of all the wires. We're not going to do any installation of any interior parts until we're sure that everything works once we get the engine running, most notably the air conditioning. And also, we're going to put some sound deadening in here. There's a lot of like carpet padding material on the transmission tunnel and in the footwells and so forth that need to be replaced, and we're going to use that modern equivalent of it, that mylar coated stuff that is self-adhesive, that works really well at keeping sound and heat out of the engine, out of the passenger compartment. So believe it or not, everything you see here is working. Still got some work to do on the doors before we put the cards on. We got to adjust them so that they run smoothly up and down and not make a lot of clattering noise and so forth. But yeah, things are moving along. The power antenna back here, that's all, that's working, goes up and down. Gonna have to get a new mast because it jams in the last segment as it goes up. So now this doesn't look real finished at this point, but again, everything works. We've got to install the backup lights and the final trim up here, but we'll be doing that this week. If Tony can get out here, that's really simple stuff. And all the electrical will be done back here. So it's just a matter of installing the foam and the carpet, and yeah, everything checks out. All the relays and the controllers and everything. The ECM for the fuel injection, we won't know that until, of course, we try to start the car. In addition to that, I pulled the bumper trim off. This is evidenced by the big ugly aluminum things up front here and in the back. The rubber parts are really pretty good in that front trim piece. We can buff that up. This part, it's a trim piece that fits in here on the front bumper, and as you can see, that needs to be colored, and it's got a couple of cracks in it. They always crack through here. The rear bumper, I'm not real pleased with. That's going to take a lot of work, and the fact is, on that 1990 parts car, I got a rear bumper that is in really, really good shape. So we're going to swap that out. This is the mess that I'm going to be working with this week, getting all the wire runs correct, and I got to get the Morelli ECM for the ignition installed in the inside. Yeah, I'm thinking we might be able to get this thing running by the end of the day on Friday. That's how things are going here at Camp Chaos. I can't think of anything else that I need to relate, except that we're really moving along. It's really looking pretty good to to get this thing, I believe we said we wanted to have it pretty much finished, streetable by September 1st. I think that's real doable. The rest of this is just details. That doesn't mean it's not going to take some time, but it's just a lot of little bits and pieces throughout here.